The Israel-Iran conflict is heating up, but while the missiles are flying in the Middle East, something strange is happening in Washington. Trump isn't pushing for escalation. In fact, he's trying to pull the brakes. Why? Is it about peace? Defense? No. It's all about oil, inflation, rare earths, and the 2024 election. Let's break it down. It started with Israel bombing Iran's nuclear facility. Iran responded with a barrage of drones and missiles. The U.S. knew about the tensions weeks in advance, but didn't intervene. Why? Because Trump doesn't want a full-scale war. War equals money, chaos, inflation, and worst of all, election risks. Why the Strait of Hormuz terrifies Washington? The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow passage that moves 20% of the world's oil. If Iran blocks it, global oil prices could skyrocket. Consequences? China, India, Japan, and South Korea get hit first, but the U.S. feels it through inflation. Oil goes up, transportation costs rise, prices increase, U.S. inflation spikes. The Federal Reserve can't cut interest rates. That's a nightmare for Trump during an election year. The rare earth weapon. Modern weapons like Patriot missiles need rare earth elements for AI, heat-resistant casing, sensors, and motors. China controls 80 to 90% of the world's rare earth refining. Even if the U.S. has the minerals, it lacks the processing tech and time. No rare earth, no missile production, can't fight a long war. And China's already limiting exports if used for military. The U.S. promised 20,000 Patriot missiles to Ukraine, but now they're rerouting them to defend bases in the Middle East. That tells you the U.S. doesn't have a deep stockpile for multiple wars. These missiles take time and rare metals to produce. One Patriot can cost $3 to $5 million per unit. A prolonged war equals sky-high defense spending, political disaster. Inflation, Trump's real enemy. Trump knows if inflation goes over 3 to 4%, the Fed won't be able to cut rates. Inflation becomes the #1 voter concern. Gas prices spike, groceries go up, and voters get angry. If Americans see $5 gas again, Trump's approval drops. Even a 1 to 2% bump in inflation could sink the campaign. This is not a war, it's a chess game. Here's the twist. Trump didn't tell Iran to stop bombing Israel. Instead, he told China, please talk to Iran. Don't shut down the Strait of Hormuz. That's not diplomacy, that's desperation. Because if the strait closes, the entire economic machine stalls. This is about strategic resources, inflation control, and electoral survival. So here's what's really going on. The U.S. is short on weapons. Inflation is on the edge. China holds the key to rare earths. And Trump? He's trapped between oil prices and ballot boxes. In modern geopolitics, wars aren't just fought with bombs. They're fought with supply chains, commodities, and public sentiment. And the next leader of the free world might rise or fall because of what happens in one tiny sea passage in the Middle East. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, smash subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Iran will shut down the Strait of Hormuz?